Hi everyone, welcome to another vlog and welcome to the most exciting vlog I have filmed in a very, very, very long time. Just probably as exciting as a pregnancy announcement or something like that. And no, it is not a pregnancy announcement. I have started a new business and it has been a long time coming, but it's also just happened so fast. Me and my friend were just like loosely discussing opening a certain business, and it suddenly just went from loosely discussing in a week to viewing buildings and writing up business plans, and we just kept rolling with it and rolling with it and rolling with it. And then we sat down and had like an actual business meeting just to kind of like come together, because it was all through the phone, and we'd meet at buildings, but then obviously you can't really discuss that much between estate agents. And yeah, we were just like, are we actually doing this? And we were like, yeah, why not? Let's just do it. If we don't do it, someone else is going to do it. So with that being said, I'm quickly just going to show you a little bit of footage, and then I will jump back on here and explain the backstory, explain everything, and yeah, enjoy.
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds, because without you by my side, I would be stuck here on the ground. You're lighting up the way, I can see the road ahead of me. I won't be stumbling in the dark. Your eyes are shining like the stars. I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day, and I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. I can see the sun staring at you when you make that smile. I'm moving closer to you now. I can't get close enough, son.
Welcome to my Pilates studio. It's not just mine, I do have a business partner, but she is currently on holiday and we picked the keys up 2 days ago. So we've just come to remove some carpet before she gets back. Yeah? Yeah?
Open it for me.
You've been
That's
helping.
already.
Yeah. You've been helping?
Yes.
Yeah. So the carpet's staying in here until she gets back, because we need to just film something together how it looks now. So we're ripping the carpet up in the second room, and we've ripped the carpet up. Right, well, you get yourself, they've gone in the kitchen. Go into that kitchen, the second door on the left, yeah, and there's some bottles of water on the kitchen tops. Yeah, we need to film something in here, so we just removed the carpet from all the other rooms because these walls are coming out as well. Yeah, well done. And Josh is ripping the carpet up next door, which is glued to the floor. But yeah, how exciting. This has been the most excited about the future I've been in a very, very long time. I'm not gonna lie, I've really missed working properly. So yeah, we have invested into a Pilates business. So here we are. Jobs I need to do, I'm gonna write them down now, of things that need doing. But the first thing is ordering a skip to chuck all this carpet in, and the walls obviously when they come out, and the windows. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do, but hopefully we can get it done in 8 weeks. So, fingers crossed. We are opening a reformer Pilates studio and also a mat Pilates, yoga, barre, and whatever else we want it to be studio. The building that we have got is 2 rooms, and yeah, like it is just all systems go now. So it's Monday today, and my plan is to just get on top of the house, because once my friend gets back from her holiday, we will literally be in there.
And I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. I don't need anybody, I don't need anybody else. No one will ever take me, no one will ever take me away from you. I promise I will hold on to you. I don't know what I'd do without you. Without you. You can take me high. Feels like I can fly.
That is what is going on. And I have not been this excited about something in a very, very, very long time. I feel like I was at that phase in my life where I either could have had a third child, but it's not really something that we've fully agreed on yet, or I just go all out into a business. And do you know what? Like, I've really missed working properly. I am a worker. I'm a natural born worker. I worked, my first job, I was 13. I had a paper round, and then I was a pot washer. I was a pot washer for a long time, actually. I had 2 pot washing jobs. I used to work at this place near me called Cliff House. It's like owned by the council. It's like where loads of kids go on like day and night trips. And basically I just used to wash up their tea. But there was a massive industrial dishwasher. So it wasn't actually that bad. It was just washing the massive pots of like massive, you know, they're massive like silver pans of like custard. But I actually did that for a long time because the pay was just so good for the hours that I did, and it wasn't far from home. So yeah, I worked there, and then I worked where I got married. So where me and Josh got married, I was a bar. First I worked in the bar when I was 18, and then I wanted to go into the kitchen because all the staff in the kitchen were younger, whereas all the staff in the bar were older, and I just really wanted to be in the kitchen. So I eventually went into the kitchen, probably did 6-7 years there, really enjoyed it, to be honest. We all just got on so well. We just bounced off each other. We all knew what each other was doing. We set up loads of weddings. Obviously, we got married there, so I knew what it was like. And then, obviously, in the middle of that, 2021, I set up my own beauty business. So I had my own room that I rented above a hair salon. Absolutely loved it. Some weeks were really bad, like really slow. Some weeks were 4-figure weeks. Like, it was a really good business, but I did learn a lot. Obviously, I was a very young age as well. I was like early 20s. And at the same time, I was also working at Woodsome. So I was literally working like 9 till 5 in the beauty salon on a Friday, and then going straight there to work till like 11 o'clock at night. Same on a Saturday. Sometimes I'd work Sunday. And then when I met Josh, it was a bit like, right, I actually don't want to be working all these hours anymore. I don't need to, like, I've got Josh now. Like, I don't need to be working Saturday nights, Sundays. He worked in sport, so we were just at that point where it was like, I'm hardly going to see him if I don't quit this job. So I think I quit there at like 23, 24 maybe, actually. Still carried on my beauty, but then that's when I fell in love with training even more. Obviously, Josh was in sport, and I decided to become a PT. So I trained in my PT qualification whilst working in my beauty salon. And at one point I was probably doing 80 hours a week. I was working in the gym, maybe like a 6-7 a.m. client, going to the salon for like 9 or 10, working till 4 or 5, and then going straight to the gym to do like a 6, 7, 8 p.m. I was doing that like 4 or 5 times a week. I was absolutely exhausted, but again, I didn't have kids. We were saving money for our wedding. We were saving money for our honeymoon. Like, it needed to be done. But I slowly realised that I didn't want to be a beautician anymore, and I wanted to be a full-time PT. So I rolled into a full-time PT position. I was working 4 full days a week. I didn't really need to work any more than 4 days because the reality was
I was working for myself, so I just didn't really need to do that. I think I even cut down to 3 days actually, just before we got married. I cut down to 3 full days, and then I also worked online as an online PT. But I didn't mind working online because I was also physically working as well. And then obviously I had Casper in lockdown. My plan was to go back to work in the January, so January 2021. Obviously gyms were still shut. Then the gym that I was working at, he was like, you can't come back unless you do 4 days a week. Didn't want to do 4 days a week. And that's when I just kind of fell into social media, and Josh started doing a little bit better. So it wasn't like I was having to fully pay all the bills. I obviously got the government grants for being self-employed and not being able to work. So that really helped probably keep me out of a job, if that makes sense. But and that's why I'll never, ever slag off lockdown and having a baby in lockdown, because actually it worked out really well for me, because I was self-employed and I technically couldn't go back to work, which my plan was to go back to work after like 12 weeks. I was getting the government grants, which obviously was based off your earnings the year before or the year before that, I think. So I was getting a good amount of money like every 3 months from the government, and obviously we needed it. Like Josh had not been working that much, but it just helped me stay at home, I guess. And then I fell into social media, and it just became one of them things where I was like, I don't really know what I want to do. I don't want to go back to the gym full time. I would love to work in a gym 2 days a week, but I couldn't really find a gym that would do that. And so I used to go mobile PT. So when my mum had Casper 1 day a week, I would do a few mobile sessions. And then we obviously moved here, got a gym in the garage, trained a few people in there. Obviously with Indy, I found it really difficult having 2 kids, especially the older that Indy got and the older that Casper got. Then I obviously got the job in the shoe shop, which again, I really enjoyed it, but I am used to working for myself. Like I've worked for myself other than my waitressing job, which was on the side anyway. I've worked for myself since I was 20 years old. So working for someone else, I did just find it really difficult. And also money-wise, it just felt a bit like I'm working for minimum wage when I know I can work for myself. And I wanted to just enjoy the summer with the kids, not have to think about worrying, booking days off, whatever. But I just know now that the thing that's been missing from my life is working and a proper job. And honestly, like, I just can't tell you how excited I am to actually get up, drop the kids off and go to work and work for something that's for me, and it's my business and it's my thing. And I cannot tell you how in love I am with Reformer Pilates. As soon as I laid on that bed for the first time, I was just like, oh my God. I've been weight training now for like 13 years, and I would say Reformer Pilates, it's a mixture of like weight training and Pilates, basically. Obviously, that's what it is. And I just fell in love with it, and I just knew that I could teach this. So obviously I applied for my teaching course, which I've nearly finished. And yeah, I'm just so excited, and I'm going to bring you on the whole journey, the setup, how we funded it. I'll probably go into that as well. I might do a Q&A actually. So I think when I announce it on Instagram, because we got the keys like 4 days ago now, but I'm waiting for my business partner to get back off holiday before we do like a official Instagram announcement. But there's been some highs and lows already, I'm not going to lie, guys, and we are not even open, so I cannot imagine what's going to come along with it. But there is not any Reformer Pilates studios in our area. The closest one is, I mean, it's not far from me. It's like 10-15 minutes, and it's absolutely lovely, but it's not in our area, so it's classed as Sheffield, where obviously Huddersfield. My postcode starts with HD8, so all the HD8 villages would have to travel to Sheffield or Manchester or Barnsley to go to Reformer Pilates. So we are the first one in the HD8 area, and we are just so excited. So yeah, we've come with a lot of highs and lows already, I'm not going to lie, and it's been a journey, but it's been an exciting journey. And like we just said, we're just so proud of ourselves for actually just doing it and believing in ourselves and going for it, like without really much thought. We just know that we can make it work. We know that it's what our community is wanting. And we are both just so excited to build a community as well, because one thing I've realised as well working, when I was doing my online coaching again, sort of after having Indy, it was just one thing that I really did not enjoy. And I just sat down last year with Josh. I was like, I just feel so stressed. I feel so lost. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing with my life at all. Again, I was in that phase where I was like, I really could actually have a third child, but Josh doesn't really want one. And now I feel like I don't know what I'm doing with my life. If I'm not having any more kids, like, what am I actually going to do? And I just feel like life makes you feel like that so that you're ready to bring in what is about to come, if that makes sense. I just think I really was meant to feel those feelings to then be so excited and so driven to do this. And yeah, like, I like building a community. So when I've done my wellness days that I did last year, I probably did 3, I think. I realised doing them that I like talking to people. I like being around people. I like building a community. So this is just perfect. We are going to have 8 reformer beds. And then in our second room, we're probably going to have maybe 10 to 12 mats in there. So we are just going to build a proper little community. Like, every class I'm going to do, there's going to be at least, fingers crossed, like 3 to 4 people in there. And I just, like, again, I feel like every moment brings you to the final thing. And just doing those wellness days made me realise that I actually do not like online coaching. I know some amazing online coaches. Obviously, that's what Josh does for a living. He does really, really well. He really loves what he does. I know a lot of other online coaches, but I just didn't love it anymore. And I think it's because I was just sat at my laptop or sat at my phone. And I just want to be in with people and building a community. So yeah, that is our main aim, is to just build like a proper little community where people feel like they can just come, have an hour to themselves, grab a coffee after, grab some porridge after, and maybe it's like the last class of the morning. They can stay for half an hour if they really want to and sit and have a chat. That is the kind of place that we want to bring. And, you know, like, run clubs, walking clubs, doing things with other businesses in the community, bringing people together. And like I say, I'm just excited to get back working. I really want to stay on YouTube because I do absolutely love YouTube, but I think I'll definitely be pulling back from Instagram. Don't get me wrong, I will still be posting and sharing my life. Like, my Instagram's not going to be like holding me back anymore, if that makes sense. Like, sometimes I would really be like, oh my God, like, my insights are rubbish. My followers haven't grown for years. How am I going to get any jobs doing this? And I just don't want to feel like that anymore. Now I'm going to have a proper, I don't want to say a proper job because I don't like that term, because content creation is a proper job. But I am going to have like a physical job where I go out to work again, and it is for me, and I'm so excited. And yeah, I am just excited to bring you all on the journey with me. And I'm excited to do it all up. We need to get the flooring guy in today. Not today. We need to get the flooring guy in for this week, try and see if he can measure up. And then obviously we need to see how much it's going to be. I'm a bit worried though. I think the flooring is going to cost a fortune. I think that's going to be our biggest outlay. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I'm just going to end this here because I'm actually just going to make it like quite a short-ish sit-down video. And you'll be seeing a lot more from me and the whole studio. Like I say, I am actually going to do a Q&A. So if you've got any questions, then either comment them on here, or maybe they were on my Instagram. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to go live before I film Q&A or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything, then just drop it in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer in the Q&A. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you follow me on this journey. And yeah, I'm just really excited. So I'll catch you guys soon.